Hello, Seers and Seekers. Thank you for coming back to my channel. My name is Lucy B. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. Now, I already did a introduction to these cards, which will follow immediately from this statement. But what happened was, after I was done, I forgot to mention that I channeled prior to starting the video some additional terms and imagery that came to me that may be something that is going to resonate for someone in this reading. I don't know if this information that I have here is going to resonate in each of the piles or if it's only on one particular pile. But I needed to I'm channeling this now prior to doing my readings, and I think it may provide additional information to someone who needs to hear it. The way that I channel is I go into deep meditation and I write down what I am seeing. I write down what I am seeing because I immediately forget it as soon as it comes and it passes. So I have to write it down. Now, when I'm writing it down, I write it down with my eyes closed. So in other words, what happens there is that it becomes like chicken scratch messy. So then I go back and I do the best that I can at making it a little bit neater, writing it down. So these are the messages that I channeled for you guys specifically, and maybe this may have some important information for you. Remember that this reading is going to be about what may be your spiritual gifts and what possibly did your ancestors give you, or did you inherit from your ancestors into this lifetime, or what did you bring from your previous lifetime that you are still carrying on into this lifetime and it may be affecting you. So some of this may be related to you specifically in one of the messages that you will be seeing. So the first image that I got was a lotus flower, which is the definition of that is enlightenment and blossoming, rising above difficulties, new growth, fertility, and a new idea. So there may be some of you who have been struggling and now you are moving into potential new growth coming into your life and becoming enlightened of some sort. If you are into attempting to develop your spirituality, this may be a sign for you as to what I saw with the lotus flower. Possibly you are increasing on your ability to tap into the spirit world, the spirit realm, and you are becoming more and more enlightened. I also saw a tree, which is very similar as well to what the meaning of the lotus flower is, with stability and growth, rising above difficulties and wisdom. I also saw a massive explosion. The explosion in this case is representing outbursts that you may be having, or some repression, some disruption. There may be change that you don't want happening, but it's going to be necessary. I also saw a beautiful hand outstretched like this that gave me the immediate impression that it is someone who is very helpful always to others. Or it could be that others are helping you get through a difficult time right now. Because this is trying to determine what your spiritual gift may be, it could also be that you are a healer. It's giving me that information. I also happen to see a man with a turban. I don't know if there is anyone here that has ancestors from Middle East, India. That man came in, and then more specifically than anything else, a gentleman came in, 1960s style, dressed immaculately well, beautiful, one of those slimming 1960s suits that were very tight around the legs, very tight around the waist and the hips. And it was a brownish type of colors, very sleek pants. The hair was slicked back very nicely. The gentleman was very handsome. He was thin, and he came in for some particular reason. I don't know if this may be somebody's father, some grandfather, but definitely he wanted to come in and give me an information. And immediately after that, the song Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band popped in, and I looked it up, and that was from May 1967. So I don't know where this is taking me, or if any of this is resonating with some of you out there, but this is definitely what I asked to channel for any additional information that you should receive for this reading. So I hope it's helpful, and I am now going to connect to the introduction of the cards. Okay, thank you for joining me. Hello there, seers and seekers out there. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucy B. If this is the first time that you are coming to my channel, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I hope you will enjoy the content that I will be sharing today. And if you are returning, thank you so much for returning. Today I'm going to be doing a pick a card, as you see here, to try and give you information as to what is your spiritual gift. What did you inherit from your ancestors that you are bringing into this life? Or perhaps what is it from your previous life that you are bringing on into this one that keeps you stagnant, that you may need to work on? So we have 3 piles right here that you can pick. And I am also going to pick some zodiac symbols right in here. And if you would like to additionally pick with the zodiac signs, if you're having a hard time figuring it out, you can use that. Or you can just pick with the zodiac sign that you desire for whatever reason. Or it may be a way that the zodiac symbol can confirm the card that you would like to pick. So let me start by showing you first each card right here. I have Divine Nudges. Beautiful card here with an angel wing. I have Soul Guidance with some beautiful butterflies and beautiful colors. Purple, one of the most beautiful, vibrant colors out there. Might be a favorite color that you have. And then we have the Wonder of Colors with a lot of golds in here and representing probably auras, the auras that we all share, different types of auras that we all have. So let's see. Additionally, I'm going to use right here, and I am going to pick 4 for each pile right here. These are really tiny. Kind of disappointed when I got them, but I will put them up close. So first we have Capricorn. I'll put them up close so you'll be able to see them. Then right here we have Libra. Then right here, although is that Gemini? That looks like Gemini, but we'll see. Each one is a little different. This one right here is Aquarius. As you can see, it's pouring down. No, I think for sure that's Libra with the balancing scales. And then right here we have a Taurus. Alrighty, let's pull 4 more. See, I can feel 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And over here we have, appears to be Gemini with the 2 twins. So we know that one then is definitely not Gemini. Then we have Leo. That one is very easy to identify. Then we have, this looks to be Virgo. Okay, the woman, the Virgin. And then we have Aries. Very nice. Okay, so what does that leave us? That leaves us with, obviously, we have Sagittarius, we have Cancer, we have Pisces, and finally we have Scorpio. All righty. So here it is. Do we have pile 1, divine nudges, with Libra, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Taurus. We have Gemini, Leo, Virgo, and Aries. We have Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So please pick which pile you think would resonate best with you, and I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile 1. Thank you for joining me, and you chose Divine Nudges. Now, these cards were picked by Spirit for you. I don't really know what these cards are, what the pile is. As they came out without the picture showing, so I left them that way. Divine Nudges, which is the first card. So I know that this reading is going to be, what are your spiritual gifts? But within it, there's also going to be a reading of whatever I have channeled, whatever the angels and your guardian angels as well are trying to relay to you. What is it that right now you may need guidance for? So, although we are going to look to try and find out what your spiritual gifts are, although you likely know, but what did your ancestors bring from their life into your life with your ancestry? And what is it that possibly from your previous life you have brought into this life that you need work on, that keeps you stagnant and not able to move forward? So, first we have divine nudges. So, right off the bat, you picked this card because I'm feeling that you are definitely very aware spiritually of those who are around you, of your angels, and you are very focused on paying attention to the signs that you are experiencing on a daily basis, looking at angel numbers, looking at the sequence of things, the events that happen, and putting it all together. You know. So you are being told that there are some little nudges that you're getting here and there, little bits and pieces and morsels throughout your day, and you are likely already picking up on them and understanding what they are trying to say. But it could also be that this is asking you to pay closer attention and to feel, pay closer attention and try and connect a little bit more with the spirits around you, with the angels around you. They operate in different ways. Sometimes you may feel a little wisp of air on your arms, or you may feel some goosebumps if you try and think of something that you should be doing, and then you'll get some goosebumps that kind of confirm that your intuition is correct. Or you'll see angel numbers, or you'll see little signs, or you'll see feathers on the ground. These are all little signs that they are showing you, hey, we are here. We want you to know that we are protecting you, we love you, and we want to communicate more with you. So try and focus on those and try and discern what it is that they are telling you. Let's see, on the back here it says, the more you begin to notice these meaningful divine nudges, the easier it is for them to multiply and give you spiritual guidance. Be open to synchronistic signs, as I was saying. Welcome them and act on them accordingly. For these signs are the spirit is there to guide you and to help you. So now the next card that you are obviously already seeing is clairsentience. So that is a person who is extremely sensitive. and can pick up. And I'm not referring to just emotional, I'm referring to sensitive in all way, shape, or form. Hearing, smells, touch, light, um, tasting things. You are being told that you are likely a clairsentience. You feel things very, very, very deeply. You can walk into a room and you can feel that the energy is low because perhaps people have been in there arguing or they're frustrated at work. You could also walk into a room and you can feel happiness. You can also walk into a room and change how the atmosphere is by the way that you give of yourself, your spirit. That is what it is like to be a clair sentience, extremely sensitive emotionally to everything. You are very intuitive. As things come and go in your life, you learn from them and you remember so that you attempt next time that that issue comes up, that that situation comes up, you still retain that knowledge, that memory, and it helps you to move forward, expand on it, and not make any potential mistakes that there may be. So, your angels are saying to you, look towards developing clear sentience. This very much could be your spiritual gift, something that you have inherited from your ancestors. If you speak to your parents, your grandparents, they may tell you of stories of themselves being somebody that can be very sensitive to things. Unfortunately, nowadays, being sensitive, too sensitive, is something that is considered to be kind of negative. Because with being overly sensitive, you have to look out for your health. Um, your health because it does potentially cause some anxiety issues and that could lead to depression, especially if you don't know why you are so sensitive to everything. Being sensitive can also make you extremely sensitive to foods, sensitive to sounds around you, sensitive to um, medications, even herbal supplements. So it's a struggle to be a clairsentience. Because of that, you are so sensitive, which is really a gift. You have to understand that it will come with its difficulties as well. And when that happens, you have to learn to accept that this is how you are and work around it, work through it, do as best as you can. So that's a beautiful gift to have, the clear sentience. Let's see what it says at the very bottom. Clairsentience is felt through the solar plexus. You can strengthen this ability by practicing daily. Focus on your solar plexus center and ask yourself what you're feeling. Be sure to do this when meeting with someone new or making an important decision. When you start asking how you're feeling, tuning into your solar plexus and paying attention, this psychic ability will strengthen and it will grow. So, if this is something that you are interested in growing, these are some examples of what you can be doing to improve on it. Let's go to the next card. And the next card right here, we have compassion. So you are a very compassionate type of person, or it is asking you also, if you turn it around, to learn to have more compassion towards yourself. Learn that you are an empath because you are so sensitive with others, and that's a beautiful thing, but you also have to understand that there's a price to pay with being very sensitive and empathic, and that is you get run down a lot. So you have to learn to have compassion, not only for others, but compassion for yourself as well. Let's see what it says in the book for compassion, real quick, to get some additional information. The call to compassion is a call to accept people and situations for who they are and where they are at. As we let go of judgment and the need to fix a situation or to label things as good or bad, we begin to realize that every situation carries with it a gift and that we each have unique lessons to learn. On the other hand, it is also time to have compassion with yourself. Treat yourself with the same love and acceptance that you would share with someone else that you deeply care about. Beautiful, beautiful message. All righty. What do we have here? You're ready. Are you in the process of starting some type of spiritual quest? If so, it is saying you are on the right track. And if I remember carefully through some of the channeling that I did, I had a lot of stable growth and rising above, being ready, new growth and fertility and ideas. So this may have been something applicable towards you. It says here momentum and validation, encouragement, prepared, being prepared. So if you are looking into working on your spiritual gifts a little bit more, or branching out and doing something, becoming a healer, doing tarot reading, anything of the spiritual work, you are ready, is what the angels are saying. It is time for you to move on. And then your last oracle or clarification card is the raccoon and sycamore, curiosity. Once again, the raccoon is a very intelligent animal, very cunning and very intelligent. The raccoon is also someone who is very curious to learn. So, this is saying this quest that you were on to try and improve on yourself, your spirituality, or just your life in general, you're on the right track. You have an intense curiosity, an intense desire to learn. And this also goes once again with what I was saying, rising above new growth, wisdom. There it is, the wisdom with the tree. So the tree, that image that came in, this message, that particular imagery was meant for you in this reading. Let me also check real quick from the book to see if there's anything else that I am forgetting. And it says, desire to learn and to know. There we go. You have a strong desire to learn and to know and to discover new truths about yourself and your abilities. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so now we are done with that. That is the messages that you're getting, the guidance from the angels, from my angels, from your angels, from your energy that has been picked up. Now, we're going to go to these very beautiful and magical cards. I love these cards. I love, 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 love these cards. There's nothing really special. It's a past lives deck, but this deck right here has made me cry so many times in a good way. In a good way, because it just hits home to the messages that brings forth with these cards. So what I'm asking my angels right now, we know that this person here or these people here, because this is a general reading for many, have the gift of clairsentience and empathy, which is a beautiful gift to have. But angels, I would like to find out in their past life, what have their ancestors given to them as gifts that they have inherited as gifts? And what from the past have they brought forward into this time that they need work on? All right, what do we have here? We have knighthood. We have Roman, and we have baby. All right. What I am getting from here, not only is it possible that in your past life you were a knight in shining armor, or a knight that worked for the king, you also have some heritage with Greece, Romans, Greece that time, and also baby. The knighthood is telling me that you are one strong individual. That from your past life is still resonating in this life. In fact, you may be the type of person in this lifetime that you're carrying from the previous lifetime of being somebody who stands up for things that are not right. Protect. You're somebody who fiercely protects those around you, those you love, your friends, your family. You may also have a very strong connection to Greece or to Roman or to, say, Italy. You may have some ancestors from Italy or from Greece. You may also have this intense fascination of the Mediterranean. That is one of your favorite places to go to, and you may not even know why. The baby represents somebody, perhaps in your past life, this you had some sort of trauma as a baby. The baby card represents some difficulty as a child in a previous lifetime, not having been able to take care of the needs that you had in a previous lifetime may be something that you have carried on into this lifetime. It could be also related to a child that you have right now that is extremely important to your life and somehow connected with all of this. But what I am not getting, other than your previous heritage may be Roman, Italy, Greece, Mediterranean, and that you have brought forth that strength, that desire to fight and protect those. What I'm not getting is if your previous ancestors had some sort of spiritual connection with all of this. That I am not seeing in these particular cards. But the baby, there's something with the baby. You can write it down in the comments if you know what this is. Something about being a baby in your previous lifetime. What I'm getting right now is you didn't have in one of your past lifetimes, you did not have a very long life. I'm getting it now. From your previous lifetime as a baby, you did not have a very long life. In fact, you died as an infant. And because of that, you were not able to reach the path in your life that you wanted to, do the things that you were supposed to do. For whatever reason that was, I'm getting poverty, I'm getting an illness as a baby, a large family. And we're talking quite some years back. If you look at the type of card, the feeling that I'm getting from this card is very, very old. See the type of bassinet that the baby's in. You have brought that feeling of incompleteness from that previous life into this life, which that is why I think in this previous lifetime, if I'm getting this correctly, you are still seeking answers. You feel at times incomplete, like you haven't done everything, even though you've done so much, you haven't achieved your complete life path success. I think it's coming from when you were this baby that you were not able to live out the life that you were meant to live, and you have brought that your spirit, your soul did not make peace with it at that time, and it still comes across in this particular lifetime. There's a reason why specifically for someone this card came out. And if I got it, ding, 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 let me know in the comments if this is applicable to you, what I am saying here. This feeling of incompleteness in this lifetime brought on from the previous lifetime of your soul, still remembering that you were not able to live the life that you were meant to live. You came down with a purpose and you did not get to do it. So you have brought that energy still into this lifetime, along with some deep memories of Greece and Roman times. You made love movies of the past nights. You may love learning about history, about Roman culture, the Romans, and the fall of Rome and Greece. But these are the cards that I got specifically for you. And so let's do a little wrap up right here as to everything that I have been able to provide for you so far. So we have, starting off from the beginning with the divine nudges, you already are very, very aware of the nudges that your guides and your angels are providing to you. You have this sensitivity that allows you to be able to feel a light little wisp on your hand. Sometimes you'll get a little itchy, a little itchiness on your nose. You may hear a high pitched sound that happens. You may sense that somebody is in the room with you and there's nobody there. And then, of course, with all the other sensitivities that comes to being a clairsentience, which is medical conditions, anxiety sometimes, sensitivity to everything. But you are on the right path because you are a person that is already very spiritual and is already looking at the answers and trying to improve on yourself. But don't forget to have some compassion towards yourself. You have the empathy for others, but don't forget that you are also important. You are ready to continue to expand on your spiritual quest because you are always very curious and you want to keep learning more and more. So, your special spiritual gift is clairsentience. Let me know if that is correct. And then the past lives didn't get any information from past ancestors that were very spiritual. Maybe there isn't, but I did get past life information of being very dependable and being someone who works very hard for the family and protects anybody fiercely in their lives. The love of Rome, the love of Greece, family or heritage from Rome or Greece, and the baby bring not having been able to live the life that you were meant to live. And that type of energy is still something that you are struggling with in today's life, feeling as if you just, no matter what you do, you have this emptiness and you can't seem to fill that void that you are completing on the right track, even though you are. That comes from not having lived the life that you were supposed to live, whenever that was, lifetimes ago. So let me give you some completed messages from the angels. This is a very long reading. Here we go. Angels, what? Angel numbers or angel information, um, quotes, guidance can you give pile number one with this lovely completion? Oh, we got several that came back. We have take a step, let go of your old beliefs and patterns that no longer serve you. Prepare to step out of your comfort zone in order to grow and expand. Just what I was saying. Let go, surrender, and let go of control. Release resistance and trust in the flow of life. knowing that everything unfolds in divine timing and for your highest of good. And then lastly, grounding. You are reminded of the importance of staying grounded and centered amidst life's ups and downs. Connect with your inner strength and stability, finding peace and balance with yourself. Right here, the compassion that you need to have also for yourself. So I hope this was insightful for you. If you enjoyed this reading and you got something out of it, please give me a like and give me a little comment. I would really appreciate it. And as I always end my readings, letting everyone know that there's no definitive answers in tarot, only options and possibilities, and hope that you can draw from. And then you make it work. You are in the driver's seat, so choose wisely. Thank you so much. Love and light to you all. Bye bye for now. Hello, pile two. You picked Soul Guidance, and what a beautiful card this is. So, with the soul guidance, what I am getting here from this card, obviously, butterflies are all about transformations. Are you in the process of transforming or working on yourself spiritually? And something about this card called to you. Perhaps you are aware that you are going through some major changes in your life, that you have worked very, very hard on yourself and you are starting to feel the happiness and the joy within yourself where you can only get true happiness, and that is finding it within yourself. Beautiful butterflies, beautiful rainbows. The aura here is very pure, very gorgeous. Let's see what it says. Soul guidance. So obviously, this card also is suggesting that you are being guided. Your soul is being guided to achieve what it is that you came into this world to do. Your angels are always with you. Your spiritual guides are always with you, and they're doing the best that they can in sending you the messages that you need to hear and help you to align with the best possible path and decisions that you can along your path to put you into the area, the space where you are supposed to be. And you are feeling it. You are acknowledging it. You are sensing it. It is something that has come with a lot of work. Very, very gradually, very, very slowly, you are moving into this energy. I see somebody here with the aura that is beaming from them. Beautiful, beautiful aura. You are the type of person, from what I'm gathering here from the card, where people are picking up on changes that you are exuding through your body, through your face, through your smile, through your eyes, and they can't quite pinpoint what is going on with you, but you internally know what you have been doing, what you have been practicing on, and you kind of smile inward, knowing and feeling that they know that you are different, that you have changed somehow, and they can't seem to pinpoint what it is. Keep going because you are onto something that is very, very positive and is just bringing you a tremendous amount of happiness and joy that you deserve after all the struggles that you have gone through in your life. So let's read the back here. It says, trust and follow your gut and use all your psychic senses. Okay, so the main reading for this is to help you try and find out what might be your psychic abilities. Typically, we have an idea of what it could be, but sometimes they are dormant, and we need somebody to come in and to show us ways that we have been connecting that we haven't really been aware of. And I'm hoping that this particular reading will be able to give you some insight as to what your possible psychic ability might be. I'm assuming that many of you already have general ideas or very in depth ideas of what your psychic abilities are. But in case you are not, let's continue with the reading and see what pops up. So it says, Trust and follow your gut and use all your psychic senses, all of them. Your hearing, your sight, your touch, your taste, everything. After doing this for 1 week, don't forget to journal your new discoveries or revelations that resulted by following your inner guidance. Sometimes, when you follow the prompting of your soul, it leads to unexpected opportunities. This amazing exercise will teach you how the flow of intuition runs through you and works for you. So, why not start living intuitively and less analytically? So what I am getting here, first of all, is I was able to get a sense of somebody who has been working, or many of you who have been working on yourselves for quite some time. And this is telling you that if you have the idea that you have certain intuitions, that certain things that happen in your life, you already knew that they were going to happen, or you felt, don't do it this way, do it that way. That's your gut feeling, your intuition. And it is not all in your head. It is not imagination. Stick with it and keep going with that intuition and make it stronger. Try these exercises that they said, walking in nature, that will help you to listen to the sounds of the birds, the feel of the wind on your face. Go to the ocean, the smell of the salty water as you're walking, the sensation of the sand within your toes as you are walking. All these are to enhance your senses. The more that you work on enhancing the senses that you have, the more you will start to realize the gifts that you actually have, and the more that they will be coming easily to you, as they will just become inherent. You'll just continue to practice and practice, and then it'll just come so easily to you. So that's with that. Now let's see what the other cards are showing. So remember, we're trying to find out what your potential spiritual gifts are. That's one part. The other part is to find out if you have ancestors that carried psychic gifts of some sort, and if maybe that transferred over to you. So in your family, if you had other individuals that have passed, for example, or maybe who are still alive that carry some sort of psychic talents, gift of some sort, tarot reading, intuition, being able to hear things, see things, and so forth. That's the second part. And then the third part, we're going to look into past lives that you may have had and how those past lives are affecting currently your life. How is it affecting your path, whether it is something that is positive that you are bringing from your past life, or something that you did not let go of from your past life. So it's kind of like a three-parter reading. All right, so here we go. Let's turn this one around and see. And we have family. So on here it says belonging to a community, culture, or tribe. So it's already giving me a sense that somebody within your family, and you may know who within your family, has had very psychic abilities throughout their lives. They may either not know it, but there are others that probably already know it and are very open about it. Each family is very dynamic and unique in how they deal with psychic abilities. Some are very hush hush about it, and others are very open. So it's up to you to decide and to look inward to your family. Family is so important to be able to give you the answers as to who you are today. What makes you tick today? What makes you do certain things that you didn't understand where it came from? A lot of it is, of course, nurturing what you were raised to do, what you saw, your environment. But there are things also in your genes, in your soul, that you carry from your family, that the family taught you. So this card is asking you to look a little bit more closely into your family, your heritage. Talk to people in your family. See who in your family may have had some types of psychic gifts, or just psychic abilities of some sort, or intuitions, or who in your family were full on didn't care and were very open about it and said that they were witches or tarot card readers, for example. But it is asking you to connect to your family, go talk to that grandma, that grandpa, and try and dig up some information and try to connect more with your family to help you become a better person in this life. Once you know what your past is, you can utilize it in your present and onwards into your future to make you shine even more brightly than you are already shining. All righty, let's go with this one. Aha, clairaudience is what it is showing here. Clairaudience. Wow, these are just coming out beautifully. So obviously, clairaudience is the ability to be able to hear energy, sounds, spirits that are not of this world right now, not of the physical world, being able to hear the messages, being able to hear voices, and not in a schizophrenic type of way. It's very, very different. The sounds that you hear, the voices that you hear are not as clear as you may think them to be. They are very fleeting and quick messages that come in, but you know that they are different. You know that they are not from your mind. It's very hard to explain. And I am a little bit on the clairaudience side as well. I am more clairsentience, however, than I am clairaudient. And I can tell you that I have developed my ability to tune in a little bit more. And the way that you do that is by fixating on the sounds around you a little bit more, focusing in more on different pitches, the birds singing when you take a walk, just listening for everything around you. Just like when you are trying to develop your clairvoyance, you are asked to pay closer attention to the things around you, the visions that you see around you, the little signs that visually you may be picking up on. So it's all a matter of practice and opening up yourself where you allow spirit and your angels to come in and to better communicate, and also trusting what it is that you are picking up on. Let's see what it says on the back of the clairaudience. It says, next time you're outside, try this simple exercise. Relax and close your eyes. Try to really listen to the sounds that are far off in the distance, be it in traffic, children playing, birds singing. This is what I was mentioning to you already, or just people talking. Use the power of thought to stretch your listening and then focus your awareness on the sounds closest to you. Listen to all the sounds at once. This special exercise is meant to develop and strengthen the median's inner sense of hearing. At the very top, it says, have you ever heard your name being called when no one was actually there? Does a particular song or piece of music play in your head unexpectedly? Do you sometimes hear what others are thinking? These could be indicators you have the ability of clairaudience. Now, that brings to mind when I first started with the channeling exercise, and I had these 7 different visions that came in to my channeling exercise, my meditation. And right here where it says, hearing songs, does a particular song or a piece of music play in your head unexpectedly? That goes along with the song here, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely um, Hearts Club Band, which is by the Beatles. And that song did not play when I was meditating, but that the name of that song came up, just popped in. So this may be a message to one of you out there who had, it was in the connection to the 60s gentleman, particularly maybe this song was a favorite of this gentleman. I'm not saying this gentleman was 60. I'm saying that he was from the era of the 1960s. He was a very handsome looking man with dark hair. I don't know if that will help anybody or if it connects to anyone, but if it does, please, please let me know. It's important for me to know these things, to find out if I'm actually picking up on your messages. All right, so we have clairaudience. So we have so far someone here that is very much in tune with their intuition, family members who may also have psychic gifts, abilities, spirituality, and a deep connection to clairaudience. Let's see what else here. This card right here is the bat and hellebore with intuition, as I was saying right here, intuition. Now, the bat is considered an intuitive type of animal because the bat's eyesight is not very good. The bat relies a lot on hearing. Ding, ding, ding. Here we go again with the clairaudience. I'm going to take the book towards the end of the reading and look at these two right here and see what else it gives me information. But right now, it's a lovely reading. It is going perfectly well, and I'm glad that it is all connecting well for you. Let's see what this one shows. This one says community, runner guides, community. So this one here with the number 56 tied to this one right here with the family. You have in your family community of other people in your family who have had psychic gifts and have been connected to spirituality in some form or another. They could also be ministers, by the way, pastors, ministers. That's a sense of spirituality as well. So there is a deep connection in your family with others who have worked with God, Spirit, the divine, angels, whatever way that you want to call it. It is most definitely within your family. Let's see what this card shows. Okay, this card is saying, open your heart to love, vulnerability, forgiveness, allowing, and community again. Once again, the community card. Maybe in your particular family right now, you are all very open about your psychic abilities, your gifts. And this is very, very common and it is accepted within your family. And you all have a strong sense of love and community and commitment to this. I'm seeing here a key. This is telling me that following your heart in what you are doing right now, what you are loving right now, is the key to your success. It is the key to elevate you even more so than you all have already done so with this card right here. The beautiful energy that I am getting here, you have already done a tremendous amount of work, and it's something that you can continue to work on, something that you adore doing. You're going on the right path. Keep going. Keep going with the number 4 that is stability and security. Something about your community, being part of a community, be it your family or friends, that you have a strong community of interest in what you are doing, is very, very important to you. Stick with that path. Then here we have growth with teacher's guide. This is with the number 6, which is the 4 plus 2 is 6, which is harmony. Sixes are about harmony and caregiver and family oriented again. Family, once again, family, compassion, dependence. Once again, stating the importance of being in a community, belonging to a certain community will enhance you and will continue to improve on the path that you are in. Stick with where you are going. Keep going towards that sun, moving on up with the guidance of your angels. Pay close attention to the sounds around you, the messages that you are getting from them. Gosh, this is gorgeous. I love your reading, pile number 2. Okay, this is a brand new deck that I have just started using, the Star Seed with Atlantis and Lemuria. I'm going to have to look up that one, but unlocking your spiritual gifts. So if you are still in the very beginning of curiosity, of trying to find out what your psychic ability is, what your psychic gifts, look towards clairaudience. Look towards information that's saying here you are psychic. You are a person who's very empathic, a healer. You could have been a priest, priestess, sacred gifts, lost or forgotten abilities, a higher calling, awakening, and mission, or a server of some sort. So this is telling me that currently you may be searching, trying to find what your psychic gift is, trying to find if you are on the correct path. But what I'm also getting in is that in your past life, you also had these psychic gifts. It comes from your heritage, it comes from your family, from your background, with important gifts such as being a healer, a priest, or a priestess in the past, or you may be currently working towards being a type of Reiki healer or some other type of spiritual healer. Beautiful. And we finally have this one and number 33. I love this number. 33 is one of my all-time favorite numbers because it is a number that's whenever it comes up, it tells me I am getting a little nudge here from my spirit guides and my angels, and they are telling me, I got you. So this is telling you they got you with sacred support, blessings and expansion, increased fertility, positive results, talents, skills, mastery, teacher inspiration, and ascended masters, not master, masters. So there is additional confirmation as well from a long line of people from your past who have brought into this realm for you these beautiful gifts, spiritual gifts that whether if you are not aware of them, you are curious about them and you are being asked to develop them. And if you are aware of them, this is just confirmation for you to keep going in the direction that you are going. Beautiful. So we have gotten to answering two of the questions. The first question is, what would your spiritual gift be? And that is clairaudience, also intuition, psychic ability of intuition. Is it from your family? Most definitely, 100%. 100%. The pile one did not represent any type of family support, but pile two, dead on 100%. Yes, indeed, your gifts, whether they are conscious for you right now or unconscious for you right now, come from divine and also your past heritage. Beautiful. Let me read from the book for Claire audience. No, not the Claire audience, the Woodland Wardens, and then this one right here. Let me start with the family one. What does it say about the family? It says, this card calls to you to return to a sense of genuine connection to who you are and where you are from, and to put you on the right path of where you're supposed to be. It talks about the circle of family that you need to continue to develop to get that belonging, that sense of belonging, and the sense of freedom for you. It calls you to, as I was mentioning before, reaching out to your ancestors, to your grandparents, to your parents, whoever, and try and get as much information as you possibly can. Tickle their ear, try and get some little bits and pieces of information. It further says it could be time to reevaluate any restrictions or limitations that you may have placed on yourself and you have inherited from your tribe. Does it still serve you to maintain those beliefs and conform with those expectations? In other words, if you are still believing, I don't have any psychic gifts, I don't have anything special, I'm nothing special, well, those are beliefs that you may have inherited from somebody or that you have only told, that you have actually told yourself negatively, and it's time to let that go. Within the safe circle of your family, you will find both a sense of deep belonging and the freedom to be unique. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And then the bat and the hellebore, let me look it up here. Real quick, let me look it up here. Let's see what it is. This one right here. Intuition. It says, like I said, the bat represents dreams and visions, and your instincts can be relied upon. Curl inward like the hellebore, which is the plant here. And as the blind bat trusts its hearing, right here, trust in your intuition to guide you. Beautiful, perfect, wonderful. Love hearing this. But we have a third part still that we're going to work on. So I am going to put these on top of one another. For now, let's put them over here. And I'm going to work on next. I'm going to pull just 3 cards from the past lives deck. I love this itty bitty little deck. I love it. Ever since I got this deck, it is just magical. It is just magical. And it has made me cry more than once, but in a good way. There it is. There's one right there. See this? What other card? One more card, please. One more card, please, angels. I have forgiveness and the baby card. This one right here. Imprisonment or slavery. All right. The way this works with this deck, this card over here, which is the forgiveness card, tells you of your past. In this particular situation, it is not telling me what your life path was before, but it does tell me what you have brought or did not heal from the previous life, and you are bringing on into this life. And this could be many, 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 many lives that you have had, and you have just not healed and achieved what you came to this life to do. So the card that is the very first one that comes out is your past card, your past life card when it gives it to you, or the area that you need to work on in this lifetime because it has not been healed previously. And what I'm seeing here is forgiveness. The forgiveness card is energy that you are bringing from your past of something that you did or something that was done to you. And because it is 2 people here, I am going to say something that was done to you. It's not 2 people, it's 2 birds, but it's representing 2 people as far as I'm concerned. Something that was done to you inappropriately, harshly, should not have been done, and you were not able to forgive. You were not able to walk away from that. You were not able to heal from it. And this may have been a repetitive cycle over and over and over. As they say, when you come into this life, you come with a contract of what you are going to be working on in this life to achieve. What you were not able to achieve from your previous life, you carry on into this one and you try again. And if your life ends and you still didn't achieve that, you're given the opportunity of coming back again and redoing it. and living, once again, a situation that would call for forgiveness. I don't know how many lives you may have had in your past, but I do know that in your previous life, you were not able to achieve the art, the ability to forgive. And it has carried over into this sense of deep hole in your heart that sometimes you can't explain why you have that sense of feelings, why you feel perhaps that you're always on guard, you don't give of yourself 100% because you feel as if somebody's going to hurt you. So you don't always give of yourself 100%. So that comes from the lack of the ability to have forgiveness. That is what is saying here with this card. The next card is baby. When the baby card comes out, obviously it is a child that is being born that is new and people are doubting over the baby and everyone's taking good care of the baby. But oftentimes when the baby comes out, it has to do with not having been able to complete something as well within your life. So when you have these two that are connected, the inability to forgive yourself or to forgive somebody else who hurt you very deeply impacts your ability to grow, leaving you at least with that level, a level of emotional immaturity that you are unable to improve on and to grow out of it. That leaves you with a sense of imprisonment or slavery. You feel like you are imprisoned within your own mind, your own heart. That empty feeling that you have within you imprisons you and doesn't allow you to move forward. That's why you have worked so very hard on yourself in moving onward with your spiritual growth, because you have these shadow aspects that we all carry with us. And now you know that it could be very much related to something that happened in your past that is affecting your current state of emotional well-being. I would like to pause for a second to get a little bit more information about forgiveness, baby, and the imprisonment section to give you an additional information about this last part of the reading. All right, so with the forgiveness card, it says specifically that the way to move forward in your life, which may have caused some stagnation, you may have been feeling that, is to let go of stored anger that you have from your previous life. Stored anger as to somebody, as I was saying earlier, who may have done you some type of wrong. You may not be even consciously aware that you've been holding on to some type of resentment. Your anger may show up in subtle ways, such as with high blood pressure, addictions, insomnia, or moodiness. Wouldn't it feel great to have stable moods and more control over your life, which is what you are trying to do with all the work that you have been doing? Forgiveness isn't the same as saying that the actions of others were justified or acceptable. Instead, forgiveness is a statement of self empowerment. You choose to detoxify yourself of all stored anger and other negative energies. After all, when you hang on to anger, it only hurts you and not the other person. So there you go. Now, how it relates to baby, as I was saying, trust that this information that is being presented here is correct. Trust that your unconscious mind will slowly and gently help you remember and release painful memories. At first, you may think that you're imagining this information, but as you put together more pieces of the puzzle through signs and recollections, you'll feel confident in claiming your current life. This card can speak about you also as being a baby in the previous lifetime. There may have been a trauma that you suffered as a baby, or that involved a baby of yours in that lifetime. It may also describe parenthood in other previous lives. So forgiving something that was done to you in your previous life as a child, or something that was done to your child in previous lifetime that carries over into this lifetime and causes you to, as I was talking about, that hole, that emptiness that you have, that you can't always pinpoint exactly where it's coming from or why. And it leaves you kind of feeling stuck and imprisoned within your own self. Let's look at the imprisonment or slavery card for a little bit more information. Almost there. And it says this card signifies that you spent some time imprisoned or in slavery. Your rights were taken from you, as well as your dignity and freedom. You are free now, but you still may harbor fears related to that lifetime. For example, you may feel claustrophobic in confined spaces, or you may have developed a form of Stockholm syndrome. On the other hand, your experiences can also make you feel compassionate towards those who suffered. That's beautiful. You may devote yourself to defending the underdogs and bringing more love and justice to this world. To heal from this previous lifetime energy, remember the details of that past life to loosen the shackles and free yourself from the symptoms. Acts of kindness and compassion will help heal you as well. I think you're already working on a lot of what you have carried on into this particular life. So we did get a sense of what in your past life with the imprisonment or slavery card, but it's not letting me know if it was related, if there were somebody within your family who was very much in tuned with spirituality or spiritual gifts. But we already know from these other cards right here that very much in your family there it has been other people, under other individuals before and currently, who have gifts that have been carried on into you. So overall, I think we answered the questions. I'm going to review this really quickly. Besides the information that I said earlier about the song, listening to certain songs, I have hand helping, self-service, and serving of others. So there is a lot of information here about continuing your quest in spirituality and helping yourself, and also working with others in community to help you grow spiritually and become more and more wise within your path that you are seeking. So this is beautiful, beautiful information. I'm so happy that I was able to get some information to you about not only your spiritual gift, also if you have family members that have provided this gift that is carried on into this current life and other lifetimes that you have had, and also a little bit of information about what you should work on from your past life experiences that you have carried on into this one, and what you need to do. You're already doing it. If you are clicking on this, is because you already believe and you already know that you need to work on certain things, on letting go of certain things to rise yourself up with better, higher frequency energy. So thank you so much for staying this rather very long, my goodness, 40 minutes of tarot card reading here. That's amazing. That has to be the longest one that I've done so far. But I would like to thank you once again. And if you liked any of what you heard here, if even a little bit resonated with you, please like and comment. Give me some feedback as to whether I have been on the right path with you or not. And I'd like to end my reading by saying that there are no definitive answers in tarot, only options, possibilities, and hope that you can draw from, and then you make it work. You are in the driver's seat, so choose wisely. Okay, my dear seers and seekers out there, love and light to you all. Thank you so much for joining me for this 40-minute and 50-second reading. Take care. Bye bye. Hello, pile 3. And you picked the card, The Wonder of Colors. So let's take a look to see what exactly is in your pile. So, with the wonder of colors, what I am automatically getting with this card is visual input, is the ability to be able to look at perhaps auras. Are you someone who is able to pick up on the auras of people? Sometimes, if you focus carefully on someone and you really concentrate, you begin to see the outline of their energy field. And then the more that you do it, you can start picking up the colors that each person has. And with auras, our auras change throughout the day, depending on our stress level, our mood, what's going on in our minds, what we are thinking. So this is what I'm getting here is the ability to be able to see colors or to see images. Perhaps this is what your spiritual gift is being told to me. All right, let's go into the next card. And obviously here, without me turning it around, it's saying clairvoyance. Perfect. There it is, clairvoyance, with the ability to see with your third eye. So, looks like it's telling me here, pile 3, you have the ability to be able to see things around you that others may not be able to do. Sensing things, but also seeing things. Closing your eyes and visualizing things. Some people call it daydreaming. Have you ever been daydreaming about something and then all of a sudden it comes true? That is your spiritual gift. It is not necessarily always daydreaming. It is also a prediction that may be coming up in your life. For me in particular, when I start thinking, for example, and visualizing a certain movie that I have seen in the past, boom, all of a sudden I'll turn on my TV or I'll see on some sort of video that particular movie. So it's very, very interesting. And when it happens, I don't think immediately at that time, oh, I'm going to be seeing that movie coming up pretty soon in a commercial or something. It's only when it happens that it's like, oh, yeah, I was just thinking about that movie the other day. So that's just an example of something that may also be happening with you. Let's read over here and see what it says about what clairvoyance is. Clairvoyance is the inner sense of seeing. It's when you receive images, pictures, symbols, words, and colors. It's not about seeing in the physical sense with your eyes, it's about your inner eye, better known as the third eye. So, if you were listening to the very beginning of this with the introduction that I was talking about what I channeled prior to starting the readings here, that is what I was doing with my mind's eye. I was sat very quietly and I was meditating and I was picking up on different images and um, different pictures that would might be applicable to this particular reading. So if you are able to do this, or if you see yourself as being able to pick up on certain things throughout your day, if you're seeing repetitive numbers or if you're seeing repetitive objects, that is another Another sign that you could be also clairvoyant. Also, these signs that you may be getting in images are contacts from your spirit guides trying to let you know, hey, we are here, we see you, and we want you to connect more with us. Let's read on over here. A great way to sharpen your clairvoyance is the ability, which is being able to see images, is to listen to guided meditations using visualization techniques that take you on a beautiful journey in your mind's eye, or spend some time outside and notice everything around you, whether it's in the deep blueness of the sky or the calming greenness of the grass and trees. Try to notice all the diverse cultures of people and places and things you are exposed to every day. In other words, what I'm getting from this is, remember when you were a child and everything was so interesting and everything was so special and you can find joy in just about the smallest of things? I'm getting that sense of returning a little bit more to being more childlike and looking at the world with the wonder of the eyes of a child, through the eyes of a child. The very last part here says the spirit world can use everything your physical eye records as visual prompts in the future. Interesting. If you follow this advice, you'll be training your eyes and your mind to notice and store more information. This practice will greatly assist you in developing your clairvoyant strength. So, although we all have different gifts, and we all do have different gifts, some of us have it a little bit more developed than others, and others have the ability, if you care to learn, to strengthen it and try some of these activities that it is saying. So, you are clairvoyant so far. Give me a little thumbs up or a comment to let me know if we're on the right path here with you. All right, so let's see. What is this card right here? Ah, the inner child. Wasn't I just talking about finding joy in being a child and the wonder? It says playfulness, lightheartedness, innocence, and wonder. And I'm getting the feeling from this card like the Joker, not the Joker, the Fool, I'm sorry. The Fool, that taking leaps of faith into the future, taking a chance, doing something that maybe is outside of your comfort zone, but hey, go for it and try it. That's the feeling that I'm getting with this particular card right here of the inner child. You're being asked to be a little bit more childlike and look at the world through the eyes of a child. How beautiful is that? Love it. Number 18, if that is of significance to you. This is an angel card deck. Let's see what other information they have for you. We have the number 20. Don't compromise with a heart type of chakra. Set your boundaries, be assertive, be courageous and unwavering in your decisions. Is there something in your life that you need to step it up and make a decision about and be a little bit more assertive, whether it is in your decisions in your life or whether it is being more assertive with those around you? Very interesting. We'll see where that one takes us to. Next card. We have unconditional love. Beautiful. One, two, three. This reminds me of the Three of Cups card in other tarot decks. And this is telling me that not so much having unconditional love towards others, but I'm getting the sense from this card of having unconditional love for yourself, learning to love yourself, learning to accept yourself, learning to be more accepting of the way you are, understanding that you may not be perfect, but you are perfect in your own right. This is what I'm getting from here, being unconditionally in love with yourself. No more negative talk about any flaws that you think you may have, with the number 22, which narrows down with you when you add them down to number 4, which is all about feeling secure and stable within yourself and the foundations in life. All right, let's keep going. And then we have this card right here, the lizard and the pitcher plant with stagnation. Well, lizards, what I am getting from this lizard card is a lizard always keeps moving. They never really just stop. There's no such thing for a lizard as stagnation. If they drop their tail and they lose their tail for a brief second, they will grow another one. This, I think, is telling you that if right now in your life you are in a place where you're feeling a little stuck, this is a temporary situation. This is not something that you're going to continue forever in this path, because you are strong enough to regrow another tail, so to speak, to restart, to start fresh again with whatever idea that you may be brewing, projects, changing of location, changing of a work environment, for example. You may be feeling stuck right now that you can't really go anywhere, but this is a temporary situation, much like a temporary situation with a lizard losing its tail. It regrows it again, and it goes into a rebirth transformation once again. Very lovely. And what do we have here? This is the opossum and the peony. Peony, I think is how you say them. And bashfulness. So are you someone who's a little bit on the shy side as well with the bashfulness card? And you are being called, I believe with this card too, look into your inner child. Be more childlike. It is okay to be that way. With this one over here, with the unconditional love, learning to accept who you are and how you are, and you are beautiful in every aspect of your being. You have unique talents and gifts, such as we are learning here with the clairvoyance, and you should tap into being that child a little bit more. Come out of your shell a little bit. If you are feeling stagnant, you don't want to go anywhere, you don't want to do anything, you don't want to start anything new, go for it. Try just a little bit, one step at a time, to get out of this stagnation that you may be feeling. And the key to it is trying to be a little bit more childlike. I'm going to read from the book before we're closing up here with the reading and see what additional information that has. Okay, so I have 2 more cards here. We have the 11th house and we have the Pisces card. So I may have somebody here who is an Aquarius, also somebody here who may be a Pisces. With this 11th card, the 11th card is all about community. The 11th house is all about community, interacting with other people, finding your niche, finding your group of people. I really think that it is telling you that if you have been in a situation right now in a life time where you are feeling a little bit out of sorts and a little on the low side, try and find people that you can connect with and resonate more, that allow you to be who you are, who won't judge you for being slightly different, looking different, believing in different things. That is what I'm getting here with the 11th card, the 11th house card. And this also is the star and the fool, new beginnings. And the star is with fulfilling hopes and dreams that you may be having, projects, ideas that you have. All of these will be fulfilled. You're on the right track. You just have to get out of this little feeling of stagnation that you are currently experiencing, and that's only temporary. You may also be an Aquarius as well. The Pisces card is the moon card. You may be a person that's a little bit on the shy, as we were saying here, and also could be a little on the secretive side. There may be some secrets that you carry in your life that you don't always share with everybody, and that's perfectly okay. I tend to be that way too. I can connect with you in that sense. But here it is saying that it is time for you to connect with your guides a little bit more. Pisces are very, very intuitive individuals. They are very, very psychic. And even if you are not a Pisces, it is saying to tap into that spirituality and look into dabbling a little bit more through meditation, starting out very, very simply, taking walks with nature, looking at the colors around you, enjoying life, being more childlike. All these little clues that they have been providing here for me to you is what they are saying. They want you to connect with them a little bit more. And then it's also saying that you are sensitive, you are empathic, a compassionate person, could be on the artistic side and creative. On the other side, the shadow side is they tend to be a little bit conflicted and confused and indecisive. So perhaps this is a little bit of an explanation of how you are. So overall, what I am getting here, and I do understand that we haven't gotten to the past life reading. I'm going to be doing that right now, but I want to do a summary of everything. So overall, did we answer the question of what might be your spiritual gift? Yes, indeed. It is looking at clairvoyance. Clairvoyance. You are being called to understand yourself more, accept yourself more, no more negative talk about yourself, be unconditional in love for yourself. If you are in a period of stagnation, of not wanting to go out, of not wanting to do anything, or just feeling stuck at work, try and change it. The more that you can enjoy your life and be more accepting of your life, the higher in frequency you will vibrate. When you vibrate higher in frequency, you bring in more positive and more loving people and a community that you can seek out and be a part of. Those that are not judging, those who will love you no matter what, those that will be able to give you that type of unconditional love that you deserve. So that is a beautiful message. All right, clairvoyance out there. Do the exercise that the card was suggesting that you try and give it a shot and see if you can start developing on your clairvoyance abilities. Believe me, the more you do, the more synchronicities you will see, and you will then understand that it is not all in your head. There is actually something to the spiritual world. All right, going on into possible past lives that you may have had. And I love these cards. These are a very special, magical set of cards for me. I don't know why, but as soon as I got these cards, they have made me cry in a good way so many times because they talk to me so very much. Now, they are hard to interpret sometimes. Sometimes the interpretation is very, very easy and I get it right away. Other times I have to look up the information a little bit. But right now, for pile 3 angels, would you please be able to give me some information as to what their past life was and how their past life may be affecting their current life? We have this one that wanted to hide under there. I have to take it. We have knighthood. Put this one back. We have knighthood as the first card. Interestingly enough, I believe knighthood was actually in the second pile. So if you so feel inclined, you can go and check out the second pile. There may be a message in there for you as well. So we have knighthood as one of the first cards, and this one just wanted to come out, and we're all getting them upside down. Persecution and inquisition. All right. My goodness. Are we looking at possible witch from the past? Persecution for your beliefs. Very, very interesting. Let's keep going. Let's get the third card. These cards, come on. One more card, please. One more card. All right. One more card. Before I even had a chance to shuffle them, they were starting to come out. Last card for pile 3, please, angels. Last card. That's way too many. Thank you very much. I could have taken the very first top one, but let's be a little bit more specific, angels. Last card, please. Make it obvious for me. Thank you. Finances. Okay. All righty. First things first. The knighthood card. Are you fascinated with that era, for example? Knighthood, knights in shining armor. How can I forget the name of that incredible mm, movies that were so popular in several years back? The King of Thrones, I believe. Yeah, I love that. And I am very fascinated with that era. So I know that for a fact on some level I lived one of my lives during that time frame. So knighthood, are you fascinated with that era? It could very well be that you lived in that time frame. You didn't necessarily have to be a knight, but you were someone who protected fiercely yourself and those around you and those who respected you and needed you. You were there. You could have been simply a father or a mother that was incredibly protective of your family. That is something that you have carried on over into this life. Are you someone who is very, very protective and will fight to the death, not only for those that you love, but also will fight for any injustice that is happening to anyone around you, even if they are a total stranger? That is the energy of a knight, the knighthood, and that is what has been brought over into this life. It could get you into trouble sometimes as well, because sometimes when you stick your neck out and you try and help people, you end up with yolk on your face, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean that you should stop being yourself. You keep being that person. That is what you have carried over from your past into the present. The persecution and inquisition. You were someone who was persecuted for some type of belief in something. It could have been Christianity, it could have been being a witch. And your ancestors, you should know by now, probably had some kind of dabbling in some kind of spiritual arts, spirituality back then, and was frowned upon. And it was kept very, very hush hush and very, very secretive. You carry that vision that you have now with the clairvoyance. You have, through bloodlines, received some of this spirituality gift, this spiritual gift. Persecution. And I believe the reason why in this life you fiercely protect those is because of the injustice of what was done to you in your past. how you were persecuted in your past and the Inquisition of that time, which is why you are so fierce in protecting those around you and others around you. So, this to me is confirmation that, yes, indeed, spiritual gifts from the past, from your ancestors to the present, that could have been in any form. It could also have been such as Christianity or any other type of belief system that back then was not tolerated. And today, yeah, it may be more tolerated, but there's still a lot of bigotry that goes on today and a lot of judging that goes on if you have different kinds of belief systems, religious or otherwise, that is different than somebody else. Now, the finances part is quite interesting to me. I want to say that you are a person that financially are very sound in how you make your financial decisions. You're not very impulsive, although you can at times have some impulsivities in your shopping skills. But overall, you are someone that is very, very cautious with your finances, knows how to invest well, and are a good saver. How it relates to this right here, it could be from your past. You may not have been the most wealthiest of people. You struggled, and now you tend to maybe control your money a little bit more because of the difficulties financially that you struggled in your past with. So you tend to be very good with finances. I'm going to read that little section of the finances to get a little bit more information and um, get a little bit more information and see how it may be applicable to the other cards. Give me 1 second here. And financial. Here we go. Finances. Your relationship with money is being affected by some past life experiences, as I was saying. For instance, you may have had a lifetime of extreme poverty. That's what I was saying, or even wealth. Many people struggle to save money because in their other lifetimes it involved communal wealth, where the convent, the tribe, or the village provided for everyone's needs. In those lifetimes, there was no such thing as individual savings accounts or separate possessions. As a result, you may feel and find that your finances are a perplexing and upsetting mystery. Your income may roller coaster up and down until you come into terms with the fact that you're currently incarnated in a Western capitalistic society that operates on individualism. Interesting. To heal this situation, understand that money is merely energy and can be used for good purposes or negative ones. That's where the overspending might come in. Know that money is in itself neutral. It is what you do with it that matters. Act with the intention to help the world through charity and generosity. That is a noble virtue. Knighthood, nobility. There you go. It's all beautiful how all these things connect. It's just incredible. So, speaking about connection, if I now look at what I channeled in the very beginning, I would say that the lotus flower that I saw is the image that connects the best with this, which is about new growth and rising above and fertility and new ideas. I believe I mentioned all of those in my reading. So, what a beautiful reading pile number 3. You are a clairvoyant. Beautiful. I am so happy to have been a part of this reading with you. And, oh, yes, one more thing. We want to do a quick little read about the inner child before I go. Okay. For the inner child, it says, there may be aspects of your childhood that you still need healing or remembering. Now is a good time for you to experience the world through a beginner's mind as the magical place that it is. See it with awe, with wonder and intrigue. Go on an adventure, play in the sun, draw a picture, tell a joke, play a board game with your partner or with your children if you have children. Think about what things brought you happiness as a child. Often they are the simple pleasures of life. Include a little bit of more of this into your world again to walk out of that stagnant mode that you are in. Okay. Lovely, lovely. Thank you for joining me, Pile 3. I think we answered those 3 questions. What is your spiritual gift? Clairvoyance. Is there a connection with your past ancestry? And did they supply you with any current spiritual gifts? Yes, indeed, which is what I'm saying right here with the card witchiness, some sort of religion that was not accepted and persecuted at that time. And then finally, number 3, what is your past life that is affecting you today? What have you brought from your past life that is affecting you today? And we did so right here. So thank you so much, my little clairvoyance group. Thank you for joining me. If you liked all of this, make sure that you like, please, and comment. Because why? Let me tell you why. I don't say this just because I want to be annoying, but the way the algorithm works of YouTube is if you like or if you comment, that allows the channel to grow, which then they send out more viewing possibilities to other people. And then I am able to help other people as well and provide guidance. That's all that I ask for. So if you do your little part, then this channel can continue to grow and you are helping yourself and you're helping others as well. So isn't that beautiful how the name of the game should be always? I thank you once again for coming here. And remember, there's no definitive answers in tarot, only options, possibilities, and hope that you can draw from. And then you make it work. You make it work. You are in the driver's seat, so choose wisely. Love and light to you all. Bye bye for now.